on, YouTube? What you doing? Huh? You getting some money? Yeah, I hope you're getting some money. Better be getting some money. Better be getting some money. If you didn't know, it's Block Life Vlogs, aka the Trucking Block, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up notification bell. Does not cost you a thing. Comment down below. Interact with me. I interact back. If you don't like my video, hit the dislike. YouTube analytics, right? Yep, so cliffhanger last time, right? Stuck at the shop. Well, as you can see, I clickbaited you. Truck is just fine. Now, did I go through a little trouble getting out the shop? I guess you could say that. But I'll give you more details in this video as to what really went down in that shop and what it is like to have warranty as a lease purchase driver with a company such as RTI and what was covered. Also, I will be covering my pay in the second half of this video. I had somebody come and comment asking about my pay and what my check stubs look like. Well, I'll break that down for you in the second part of the video. Stay tuned, man. I'm gonna keep making these videos. I'm gonna keep pumping them out as best I can. If anybody has any questions about trucking, RTI, or just life in general, man. Also, if you have any video ideas or topics you want to be discussed on my channel, please comment down below. I'll respond and try my best to cover it in a video. All right. But for now, I'm about to walk back to this truck. APU is running right now. It's pulling down the sleeper, getting ready to shut it down for the night. And like I stated in the previous video, the one thing I can't stand about mega carriers is personal conveyance. It's glitching on my app again to where I can't use personal conveyance to simply go take this truck bobtail to a pilot that is literally a couple miles down the road to take a shower. And I'm well enough on time for this live unload that I got at 7 a.m. tomorrow by way of Owensboro, Kentucky. And I have this ridiculous big hat on. I ain't gonna call it ridiculous. I dig it. I have this hat on because it's time for some grooming, all right? I know in every video you guys are wondering, like, he's always wearing a bald cap. Is he bald? No. I have plenty of hair. A lot of hair, matter of fact. And it's about time that I do something to it. I have plans for it, and you'll see that as well. But for now, sit back, relax, and watch the video. Peace. All right, I'm back. As I was saying earlier, I'm gonna go over what happened at the shop. So I get to the shop around 3:30 in the evening on Saturday, this past Saturday, and I'm expecting to do my home time. I want to get in and out the shop. RTI breakdown, they were trying to send me to Oak Grove, Missouri, which was like an hour away from where I was at. Now the highway I was on, 71 south, north and south, that leads to where I live and it leads to where the next drop is. But the drop is to drop it empty. You know, I'm going to keep that empty actually. I dropped it at Sam's Club down the way, came back to the shop, checked in. Even though Breakdown was trying to urge me to go to Oak Grove, they were very sure that this particular truck stop was not going to be able to accommodate my PM and my DOT inspection. The truck stop I'm speaking of is a Love's in Harrisonville. Now this Love's is about 20 minutes from my house, so it was perfect. And I had told them that I seen the bays open, so I might as well ask. And I did. I went inside, I asked the young lady at the counter. She said, sure, we can get you in after this PM we got, and we got a couple tire jobs we need to do. We'll give you a call as soon as we're ready. They called. This was around 3:30 when she told me that. They called around 4:30. I brought the truck in about, I want to say, hour and a half later, about 5 o'clock, 5 something. The mechanic came back. He had did a lube and changed out the water fuel separator filter, and that was upon the request of RTI. They opted to just do that and not a full PM, being that the truck only had 79,000 miles and I gained the truck at 49,000 miles. So I've only put 30,000 miles on it. That's not a lot for a semi truck. So they decided to do that. You know, they lubed the fifth wheel, changed the fuel water separator, and that was that. Now he did check the lamps and everything else to make sure it was all operational. He checked the leaks and everything because that's part of the DOT inspection, correct? Upon his inspection, he found that the U-joint inside my drive shaft was bad. The caps on it was going bad, and the bearings were starting to be exposed, and that's a bad thing because if those bearings get exposed and they start coming out, then you wear down that U-joint, burning it out, possibly locking it up, or it'll throw itself. The drive shaft will hit the ground. That's what happens with a lot of trucks that sit up really high. You see them on the side of the highway broke down. That's probably what happened. Anyway, he said it was an hour and a half type job, and he can get it in and out very quickly. And since my truck is under warranty, it wouldn't cost me a thing. And of course, I knew that my truck was under warranty, and I wasn't worried about that. So, quick side note, let's go another direction real quick. Let me explain that. And basically, if your lease purchase with RTI, you get a truck that's over 300,000 miles, it's not under warranty. You better have an escrow, because if you don't, it will cost you. And I'll get into the details in just a moment about how much it exactly costs me. Excuse me if I'm a little, laggy and looking tired, because I am tired. It's been a full day. I worked a full 14 hours. I went off duty with like 19 minutes on my clock. So back to the subject at hand. If you don't have that warranty, it's all bad. I have warranty because the truck is under 300,000 miles. So, with that being said, I said, let's do it. I say about a couple hours later, he came to me again and was like, hey, this is really tough. This U-joint is giving me trouble. So on and so forth. I'm going to have to keep working at it. Now, he banged on that thing from about 5:30 in the evening to about 4 in the morning. Now, prior to him starting to work on this and try to get it disassembled, because it's like he said, technically it's like an hour job. It shouldn't even take that long, right? 40 minutes maybe. It's a U-joint. It's very accessible. It's right there in between the frame. And if you know how these semi trucks are built, that part is not hard to access. I mean, all you have to do is get on your back, get up under there, take it off, replace it, and move on. But it was seized. Now, I'm going to give you another little piece of information. When they looked up the part number, they thought they had the right part number. It wasn't it. The part number they had was for a ProStar, an older ProStar, and it was smaller. I'll get to that later, why I just told you that little piece. But anyway, he's banging on this thing from 5 p.m. to about 4 a.m. And in between there, he's checking in with me. He's telling me that it's going to take another hour. And of course, I'm getting irritated and tired because I'm supposed to be doing my 34. I was supposed to get in that shop and be gone and home at least by 6 p.m. and enjoy the rest of my Saturday evening with my family. But around 4 a.m., like I said, we talked again, and he finally was like, look, man, we're going to have to order the part because I just found out it's the wrong one. The part number she gave me was for another International. It's too small. So the one we need, I looked up the correct one for your specific year and the LT International with the Cummins in it. I can get the part, but it'd have to be tomorrow after 7 a.m. I'm like, man, well, it's Sunday now. You know that, right? The mechanic was like, oh, shoot. He was like, yeah, but that shouldn't make any difference. I should be able to still get the part. And in addition to that, he offered for me to sleep inside the truck, which was parked in the bay at the shop, which they're technically not supposed to do, but he seen I was in a tough spot. And I didn't want to pay for a hotel, just being honest. It wasn't my fault that, this happened. At the same time, it's not his fault. He's just doing his job and he's doing it correctly. I know that because I looked at the U-joint. It was bad. It needed to be replaced. I get it. But at the same time, I did not want to pay for the hotel. So I slept in the truck. And around 9 a.m., I felt the truck moving. I heard a little bit of banging, somebody moving around. That indicated to me that someone was working on it. They must have got the part. Then around 11:30, I hopped out the truck, used the restroom. The morning mechanics were surprised I was in the truck. They didn't know I was in the truck. And they were like, well, you're not supposed to be in there, but hey, man, we're almost done. Give us another 30 minutes or so and we'll be done. We'll have you out the door. I'm like, wow. He's like, yeah, our manager, he went and got the part personally because he heard the story about last night and the mechanic we had here last night. He went home very tired and stressing that it needed to be done, and we got it done for you. So just give us another half hour, we'll be done. Which they did. And I say around 11:30, I was driving out of the bay with no problems. So, and as you can see, I'm pulling loads right now. I'm on my 4th load for this settlement, and yeah, the truck runs perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. I'm glad they caught that problem because the way it looked, if those bearings started coming out, and it was seized on top of that, so just imagine roadside or anybody else trying to fiddle with it to get it going, which they probably would just tow it to a shop. But I mean, just imagine, even if I try to fix it myself, I would not have been able to get those bolts off. Even with the impact torch and everything else, he cannot get it undone. It took him cutting it, I mean, with a grinder, and that took a long time because that is treated steel, and U-joint is not easy to cut through. But it's fixed. I'm out of the shop. I'm not going to complain about it. Things happen. But now let's go over the details. Now, altogether, the lube for the 5th wheel, like I said, they didn't do a complete PM per RTI's request. Or did I say that before? If I didn't, well, I'm saying it now. RTI requested that they don't do a complete PM. I thought I said it before. If I didn't, now you know. They just wanted Loves to do a lube and change the fuel water separator, which they did that. They knocked that out in like under 40 minutes. Then they had to get a U-joint on top of the shop fees and the labor. Altogether, it cost $604.63. Now, keep in mind that if you're owner-op, that's what you would have had to pay. If you were lease purchase with no warranty, you would have to pay that out of escrow. Now, being that I don't have a truck without warranty, I don't know how that works, but I can tell you that I don't want to be in that position because $604.63, that's gas money. I need that inside my gas tank, not on parts. So it's a blessing that I got a new truck. The truck came with 49,000 miles, 49,053 miles to be exact. And right now, the truck has 79,000 miles. So I think I made it out all right with that. And I've heard that a lot of trucks that were built around the time mine was had some issues, some small issues, not major ones, but issues that were annoying to the owners. But this one's been good to me. It was built in July of 2021. It's technically a 22 because of when it was sold and when it was titled up. It's a 22. Because these mega carriers pre-order these trucks, so technically they made it a 22 instead of a 21, even though it was built in 21. But anyway, we're now going to go into my pay as I stated earlier. I am not going to give you all my information, but I can give you this. I'm going to put a screen recording right here that is going to scroll briefly over a few things within my settlement. As you can see, it's showing how much I get paid for each trip, the amount of miles, empty, loaded. There's mileage bonuses in there, fuel surcharges in there. the percentages in there, everything. My tractor lease is in there, which is $738 a week. The APU lease is in there as well, because that's lease to own as well. The tablet, the camera system, the mitigation system, crash mitigation system, all that I have to make weekly payments on, including the tag, the licensing, the pre-pass, my heavy highway use tax, my IFTA stickers. Everything is packaged into that settlement, as you can see. And after all my deductions from my fuel to everything I just named off, I made out this particular week. Now this is from a few weeks ago. This particular week, I made out with over $2,000, like $2,097. Now, typically on a nice week, I can run at least 3,000 miles. We're talking at least $2,400 take home weekly. You have to also count into fact that you need to take 10% out of that since your lease purchase. You're a contracted party. You're not an employee per se. So since you're contracted in your own entity or LLC, whatever you want to call it, you have to pay your taxes on your own. So what I like to do is take 10% out of each take home and put that into a separate bank account to ensure when it comes tax time in the end of the year or the beginning of the next year, it's probably when I want to do my taxes, I'll have, not you'll, but you will too if you do it, I'll have the money to cover the taxes owed. If I don't do that and I get greedy and I just ball out for the rest of the year, things could look really bad. So I figured I'd go over that real quick because the comment came through and said, what does your settlement look like? And, the smallest pay I've ever had so far with these guys is $797. And that's due to me taking some off time. I took some off time, and I mean, at least I was able to make my truck payment and my payments on everything else. I wasn't in the negative. I wasn't in the red. I'm still in the green. Now with lease purchase, you have two different types of payment options. You can go variable, or you can go with a set amount, which is a $738. You can go with the basic set amount. Now, the variable, you can end up making a bigger truck payment and paying off earlier. But the downfall to that is that no matter how much you make, they're just going to go off extra cent per mile. Not 1 cent, but you get what I'm saying. I forgot all the details on it. I had to get back into the contract and check on it. But I'm pretty sure with a variable, it is, I want to say 30 cents per mile that you pay towards your truck. So yeah, your truck payment can be higher each week the more you run, or it could be lower depending on if you don't run that much. I'd rather go with the set payment right now. Now if I feel more comfortable later on, maybe, but right now $738 a week for me it is, and I'm perfectly fine with that, and I've been doing just fine for the last 60 days doing that. By the way, another thing I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping that they stay true to the contract, but within that contract, my lease contract, it states that I can bump my speed up to 72 miles an hour at 90 days. So we got 30 days till that comes. But for now, man, I figured I'd just make a quick video going over all that. If you have any more questions about the lease purchase program, RTI as a company, or anything out here truck related, hit the comments. Okay, check out my Facebook and my Instagram is going to be in the links below in the description. Email me along my email as well. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, any video suggestions, please put those in the comments or use any of the links below or my email to let me know what would you like to hear from me as the Trucking Block. I'm also going to be, like I said before in a few videos back, I'm gonna kind of switch my content up a little bit. As you can see, I've covered, some things on YouTube, and I've done trucking as well. I'm gonna try to be more diverse in that manner and try to drop more videos, because you gotta stay consistent. You wanna be in the algorithm, you wanna have videos out there and be seen and heard, you gotta stay consistent. And I'm doing this because I like doing it, not because I'm trying to, be popular or it's a fad or something that's cool to do right now. I'm doing it to give you guys information. But until then, man, it's Trucking Block, aka Block Life Vlogs. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up notification bell. Does not cost you a thing. Comment down below. Interact with me. I interact back. If you don't like my video, hit the dislike. YouTube analytics, right? Peace.
L-Dub, I'm calling. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. All mine. Yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're my ladies and I can't. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. Be with no one, yeah, but me, yeah, baby.